I want to talk just a little bit about Aubery O. Aubery started her career in the successful girl group Danity Kane. In 2004, she auditioned in Los Angeles for the show Making the Band, where she met the first time Andrea and they built a friendship. Aubery came in and people loved her immediately. She could dance, she had a nice tone, and she had this natural look. She was always focused, was giving her best. She was working on her singing, on her dancing. She was taking it very serious. She came in and knew exactly what she wanted. Before making the band, she always knew she wanted to become a singer and she wanted to make it in the entertainment world. She was singing since she was a young girl, and she mentioned that the Notorious B.I.G. and Puff Daddy were always her inspiration. Before making the band, she graduated with a degree in political science from the University of California. Diddy liked her because she always had a fighter mentality. She was a little bit the opposite of Andrea. Andrea was more emotional. Aubery is more the person, I'm gonna take your criticism and I'm gonna become better and stronger and I'm gonna hit you back. She was always outspoken. Even when Jason the Dan mother was there on the first season of Making the Band 3, he was tearing everybody down. He was acting like he gonna make the final decision for the band. So everyone in the house were scared, but Aubery was the only one who stood up and started to confront him with something.
Who do you date? What do you love? What do you want to be in life?
I wanted to get to know Jason better and see what he was all about, because after all, we are living with him now.
All that, honey, what are you, who are you, what do you define, all that, honey, that's the wrong thing to be thinking about, because that's Miss Flower Child. Right now, what you need to be worrying about is if you're going to make the cut and not get too comfortable in here, honey, where you're throwing your shawl around. That's what's important. Because I forgot what it is that you do. Why are you asking me that?
You forgot what?
I forgot what it is that you do. You've got to refresh my memory now.
He then demanded that I sing for him again because he was not impressed and could not remember what type of performer I am.
Hold on, she's about to show me what she does, because I forgot.
I was a fool to ever leave you. Oh, it's so lonesome, lonesome here without you. Oh, how I miss you so.
Okay, I remember. I remember.
What? It was so mean. I love you, Aubery.
I was trying to figure, I was trying to...
You're trying to get a feel for her. They're both trying to get a feel for each other.
I don't get that. I'm just tired. I'm not.
I mean, we're all here to sing and dance. I mean, and if we get criticized, let's just take it.
Wait, you gotta respond last time. Let me just say,
Go ahead.
I've been around people that have criticized the out of me. I have gone through so much. I don't want anyone to assume that I can't take criticism. The only thing I want to say is you didn't give me criticism. You blew on your nails and you looked at me and you said, mm-hmm.
I did give you criticism. The criticism was, honey, you're boring me. So I'm gonna look at my nails.
Yes! You didn't tell me anything. Criticize me. Tell me you are not good. You need to do this. You need to do that. Tell me and watch how good I take it.
You want me to rock you? And
No, I don't.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Jason?
Okay, you want me to say that you should be the baby? It's okay. I'm sorry. I can't be anything else but Jason. What? 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 If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen.
I've been waiting all day for you, babe. So won't you come and sit and talk to me and tell me how we're gonna be together always.
I think Diddy makes it really hard for anyone to connect with him while performing. He does the two-way trick and the I'm not interested in you trick to see who's gonna give up and who's gonna stay in his face and fight for his attention.
It's just a chance to say, hey, get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late, and I can't wait for you to be gone.
That's what you have to do when you perform for an audience. You have to sell your audience, and you can't give up on them the second that they don't like you.
You said that you would treat me right, but you was just a waste of time.
That's what Diddy liked about her, the fight mentality. After she came in the group, she started to act a little bit wild, and we started to see a different side from her. Even during the competition, huge magazine platforms were calling and they wanted to do solo shots with her for cover shooting and stuff like that. So she always stood out, not because she was so talented, she was a great singer or great dancer, but because of her personality. All these big platforms and the fans loved her even more, and Diddy wanted her to be the nice sexy image in the group. While they were rehearsing for concerts or tours, Diddy was telling Aubery all the time, you cannot sweat too much because you are the sexy one. If you sweat too much, you're gonna turn people off and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why the conflict started in the group, because the sexy one wanted to be the singer and the singer wanted to become the sexy one. At the same time, he was building her character. He was always telling her, you have to act more like a black girl because you have something blackness in you. And Aubery felt that. She was hanging up with Kim Kardashians, with Paris Hilton, with all the Hollywood stars, was on famous parties, and she started to change more and more. Not just her character, but even her body, her face, her lips, her tits. It felt like she wanted to become the next it girl of Hollywood. And Diddy started to complain more and more about her, and he was not very happy with that type of direction, because if you watch the first Making the Band season where Aubery appeared and the last season, you see a huge change. She was the most funniest member of the group, she was the most entertaining person of the group, and she was one of the reasons why the ratings for Making the Band were so good. But when it comes to singing and dancing, she didn't have the fire that she did have at the beginning of Making the Band, and that affected the band.
I gotta be honest, like, there's a chance that you could be holding this group back by some of your actions and you not knowing how serious this thing is. And I ain't gonna let you up my money.
So tell me how you feel.
You know, that's how I feel. I feel like some of your actions, some of your decisions, some of your choices affect the group.
Like
whether it's you decide to turn your eyes green or you decide to get a weave or you got to get that approved on how it's going to affect the rest of the group. The stuff that I seen of you in the press over the last couple of months, I don't think it was beneficial for the group.
But stuff that the press says has nothing to do with me. I have no control over what they say about me. I hang out with my friends, I do what I do, and they choose to take whatever they take from it. You know more than I do that half that stuff is lies.
I seen I'm not liking it. There ain't no reason why you ain't get absolutely no good press. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say how I feel about you saying that?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the UN just a couple weeks ago asked me to be a youth advisor. I have 2 charities. Do they choose to focus on any of that? No. Does TMZ follow me around and ask me about it all the time? And I say it? Yeah. Does it ever end up? No. But when I'm standing outside and someone has a camera on my boobs and they say, who has the prettiest boobs? I have no control over that.
I'm not judging you for that. I get written up about things that's not true neither. I'm talking about when it comes to the group. When we put this group together, you was one of the first people I put in the group. And I feel like I judge you on a higher scale by putting you in the group first. I'm cool with a problem child in the group. You can't be the problem child this album. So I'm just making that clear. Let somebody else step up in those shoes. I need you to take another role in the group and step up and be a leader and really pull it together and be that one instead of one getting everybody in trouble and doing all that.
Okay, I respect that.
Aubery, you ain't got nothing to say? You got such a big mouth when I'm going. What you got to say? Say it now.
I think that we really want to be pop international stars. We want to take over that market. We thought that that was the direction that all of us had talked about, and so we just aren't feeling like that's happening, and we're really confused and frustrated.
That's it?
This This is very personal to us, and as an artist, I think you would understand that best. We just want to love what we're doing, and I know at the end of the day, we're not gonna love everything. It's a give and take, it's a compromise. This is a business, I get it.
I saw y'all, I believed in y'all. I chose to invest my time, invest my money, my energy in y'all. Y'all have to have trust in me.
But not all 5 of us have walked out of a studio yet and been like, I want to hear that song every day for the rest of my life. That is my
I got it.
We just want to love what we do, that's it.
All right, I got you. One thing that I want to do is definitely, apologize to y'all.
Did you just apologize? Did those words actually just come out of your mouth?
The most drastic makeover is you, Aubery. The reason why I wanted you to be in the group was because you have this natural hometown girl type of vibe, and I've seen more hair on you than even, I didn't even know they sold this much hair. That's my feelings or thoughts on it. You have anything to say there on that? I feel y'all should be one. If we was doing America's Dance video, your man came in 3rd place. It looks like some good choreography. It look like y'all could be my backup dancers or something like that. There's 2 weak links up in this, right here. Andrea and Aubery. Y'all dance skills, y'all need to step it up. When I first signed you, you was one of the best dancers that came off the bus. When I sat there and I looked right there, I was like, where is this girl from? Just dancing around like that. Things have changed, all right?
How unhappy he is with me, and I just feel like nothing that I do, he's ever happy with.
Can I ask a question? What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to look like a playboy, playmate? Do you want to look like you?
I'm done with all of that.
No. What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you.
What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair, though.
I don't like big hair.
You do like big hair. You like big hair. You like a lot of makeup and all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do, and I've worked with everything that you've thrown at me.
I'm not seeing the flexibility. You gaming me.
Your hair people came in today and they said this is how it needs to be.
You know what I'm talking about. You're pushing your own image, though.
I'm not worried about whether my hair is straight, curly, whatever. I'm not here in a group to have curly, straight, big, makeup, whatever. I'm here in a group to sing with my group, and that is all I care about. For real, maybe you just don't get me and we don't get each other.
You're gaming me, because if I pulled in all of the makeup artists and all of the hair people, they would not say that.
With the wardrobe, did I not try and cover up all the problem areas that I've been seeing were not cute?
Yes, we had that conversation yesterday.
How are you gonna get crazy with me? I work well with these people.
But it's not necessarily just the stomach area.
No, I'm talking about all of it. I mean, I was cool with whatever change he wanted to make today, and I did it.
Yes, you were today, but Aubery, you have to admit that sometimes when you want to do something, you want to do it.
Well, yeah, I see what the problems are on TV, Puff. When people are looking crazy, or this is looking crazy, that's looking crazy. You even told me, review the things you do and pay attention to what the problem is. So I see what I do, and I see, ooh, that was not a good look. Let me fix that. I read the things that people say. You're the one that told me to do that. I do that, and I make an honest assessment.
I don't want you to look like Pamela
myself.
Anderson. I don't want to sound Pamela.
Well, I want to look like Aubery O.
That's in the direction. Well, you don't look like her. You don't look like that girl that I signed.
I'm glad you know who Aubery is. Puff, it's 3 years later.
It's 3 years later, and you're going in the wrong direction.
Okay, well,
you're going in the wrong direction. You need to stop the truck, pull over. I'm not changing nothing.
Okay, well, you wanted the weed out, the weed out.
I just want you to look good.
If you're not happy, you hate me, then why you have me here?
I don't have to have you here. That's one thing that we can make clear. That's one thing we can make clear.
But
I don't have to have you here. I'm trying.
Why do you have me here? Because every time it's just, I'm such a problem.
I have you here. I have you here because I feel you talented. But don't get it twisted. I'm starting to think about why do I have you here.
I'm not getting
okay, so you clear on that though. Check this out. You clear on that. You understand now. I'm asking myself why do I have you here? So I'll move on to something else. No, and I'll give you the answer soon. All right?
At the end of the day, you guys can believe in me all you want, but Puff is running Bad Boy. He's running our position in Atlantic. He's running the show. He's running all of this. And at the end of the day, if the guy sitting on the throne really believes all the things that he's been saying about me, then, I need to be somewhere else because I don't believe them. Mm-hmm. And if him and I aren't going to be able to, meet on the same page, then I need to be somewhere else that's going to support and believe in me.
because you can really tell that Dawn was super pissed on Aubery because she had a solo adventures and that affected the group. I think Andrea was pissed too, and her group members was not happy with that because she started to act a little bit messy and everybody tried to focus on this one thing, and she was the only one who was focusing on Broadway and different projects. I said in the beginning she was always outspoken, even towards Diddy. She always said what's on her mind and she never cared, but she started to become too comfortable with that. With each and every season she became more self-confident. She didn't even care that Diddy is her boss. That's one of the reasons why people thought that she and Diddy had an affair, because around Diddy all of the other girls were always quiet and she was the only one who was speaking up. So that's one of the reasons why Diddy dropped her from Bad Boys, because he did not like that he created a monster. He couldn't handle her anymore. She was too hard for him.
That deep.
I'm not making anything.
You are, because you
Absolutely
you know
not.
you are. So now let's get to me. The vision that I had for the group, this ain't the vision that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I don't work these amount of years to have you talk to me this way.
I'm not meaning
So
to
I don't want you in the group
disrespect
no more. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
All right, because I don't want to even have to have this conversation.
After Danity Kane, she had her opportunities because Dawn explained in one interview that Aubery was super close with the team that was filming for making the band. She had relationships with people behind the scenes and she had a relationship with the manager of Danity Kane. So I think he told her, don't worry, even if Diddy worked with Dawn as a solo artist and he dropped every one of you, I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna make you the next big superstar. So I think after Danity Kane, he provided all these opportunities for her. So she was on Broadway, she was on different TV shows, she had her own TV show, she was working on her album, she signed a record deal with Universal Motown, she was on the cover of the Playboy magazine, and people like Wendy Williams was hyping her up even before the group broke up. Wendy Williams was always like, Aubery gonna become the next big star, she is the star of the group, years before they broke up, and she was repeating that over the years, and I think stuff like that started to get into her head. Of course they had a lot of other problems too, but that one was one of the reasons. Aubery was the only one who established something, because she mentioned in one interview that the Playboy magazine alone paid her more than Diddy paid her during her whole Bad Boys era. She had money, she had houses, she had cars, because she had all the different contracts. You can think and say whatever you want about Diddy, but in one point I am with her. During the end of Danity Kane, Aubery's image started to damage the brand. But the shitty thing that happened to the group is nobody of them made money. How can they work their asses off and don't get money? But that's another topic where I can make a whole video too. In 2010, the channel Oxygen aired a reality show about Aubery with the title All About Aubery. It showed Aubery with her friends, but also how she was preparing for her solo debut. The funny thing about that was all the people who worked in making the band behind the scenes as coaches were there. The dancers, vocal coaches, the producers, the manager, they tried to recreate making the band just with Aubery. During that era she released some songs, Goodbye Heartbreak, Automatic, Wreckable, and she did also some features with Chanel from Young Money, D-Wood's sister. She did a song with Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg's brother. In 2012 she released her album Between Two Evils. Normally she was signed by Universal Motown, but something happened in between there, so she released that album on the label Heart on My Sleeve Records. During that time she was a part of the hit show NBC's The Celebrities Apprentice, and she started to become a reality face. In 2013, Danity Kane came back without D-Woods. Everybody was happy, everybody was excited. For some reason, Aubery started to argue with D-Woods on social media. For stupid reasons, I didn't get it. I felt it was really strange because at first she was very close with Andrea in the beginning. Then she dumped Andrea and started to become very close with D-Woods, and then she was very close with D-Woods and then she dumped D-Woods. After the comeback of Danity Kane. So they performed a while with each other, and then Andrea left the group. I think she never said the real reason. She tried to make it look better than it was, because it was really strange. Because you don't decide to come back with a group to make money, to rebuild a brand. I'm pretty sure the second time around they made pretty good money, and they were on the way to make more and more money. And after 8 months you say, oh, I'm gonna leave the group because I want to build my family. I don't believe that. I think there was a problem between Aubery and Andrea, and that's the reason why I think she said, like, I don't want to deal with that anymore, I'm too old for that. Now the second time I'm gonna leave. So after the reunion, Aubery was really close with Dawn. Andrea left and they became a trio. I think she started to disagree with Dawn in some business things, so she teamed up with Shannon and dumped Dawn. I think it's just a little bit strange that she used every member of the group in situations where she needed them the most, and after they fulfill what she wants, she don't care about them anymore. After Danity Kane, she created a duo with Shannon with the name Dumb Blonde. The music is okay, it don't sound bad, like it's okay. I think they released 2 albums, charted in certain iTunes charts, and they had a little bit of success with their projects. 2018, Aubery, Shannon and Dawn reunited as a trio and they started to tour. Later on they released some songs. 2019, Shannon left the group because she had other projects she was involved in and she wanted to focus more on that. So Dawn and Aubery left, they recorded an EP with the title Strawberry Milk, but those songs don't sound like the old Danity Kane sound, the sound that we know. Like the first album, the second album, Welcome to the Dollhouse, that was the real Danity Kane. Everything that came after that was not real. It didn't just feel like the Danity Kane sound. You can say whatever you want about Diddy, but that man, he has an ear. He knows exactly what's fit to the sound and what's not. I think they will never ever accomplish that sound that they created with Diddy, because he knew exactly what he was doing. You can say a lot of things about that man, but when it comes to the sound, untouchable. He became a face for reality TV, for every type of reality TV. Ex on the Beach, dating shows, Big Brother. She was on BET Encore. It was a show where they had different members of different girl groups from the past in one house and they tried to create an album together. Even on that show, Aubery tried to play a little bit snaky. At the beginning she was with the twin sisters Felicia and Fallon, and she was dissing some of the other members, and after Felicia and Fallon turned against her, she started to go to the people she was dissing at the beginning, and she became friends with the 702 girls and etc. The evolution of her career is very interesting. In the beginning she was the smart, beautiful, natural girl, really focused, really concentrated, really authentic, and then she started to change more and more. And after Danity Kane, it felt like she gonna become the next it girl, Kardashian or Paris Hilton girl. Then Hollywood dumped her, and then she started to appear on all kinds of reality shows. I think we all fell in love with the first Aubery that we met, but yeah, people change. I hope you liked the video, and yes, leave me a thumb up, subscribe my channel to not miss any other videos. We see each other next time. Have a nice day. Bye.